Welcome to the Fantasy Football League podcast. I'm your host, Aiden, and today I'm joined by my rival of the week, BrookeZylaPhone, also known as Tyler All of These L's, also known as 3 in a row Brooke.
Okay.
How are you doing?
I feel like we need a face cam so you could just see my reaction to that, but it was not good.
Not good?
No.
There's some tragic losses.
Absolutely. It's been horrible. It's been rough over here, but it's okay. I'm looking at next year at this point.
I mean, to be fair, you are tied with me at 4 and 6, so yeah, I think we both still got the chance.
Trash. Oh yeah, we both have a chance. That's what I meant.
Yeah. That's totally what I was gonna say too. But I mean, I'm happy with how my team's been. But before we get into the week to weeks, because we did miss last week, so we'll have 2 weeks to go over. This podcast covers the coveted Fantasy Football League, our fantasy football league with 10 of our friends as we go through the year and ultimately find out who is worthy of the crown. Not going to be you.
Whoa.
We will have trials and tribulations that will all be covered here. So strap in and spread those eyeballs because you're about to witness the best fantasy football coverage you've ever seen. Today, we're going to cover everything that happened in Week 9 and Week 10 within the league and preview the matchups for next week, which is going to be our crucial matchup, which is partially why you're on the podcast. I also just wanted to have you on, but...
Oh, thank you so much. I am so grateful to be here today for all of you. That's it. That's my intro. Thank you.
That's your intro? All right, cool. I like it.
I'll work on it for next time.
Well, we can first start off in Week 9, I guess, and recap the matchup that everyone was talking about, and that's BrookeZylaPhone versus Poncho.
Yeah, luckily I have a really short-term memory loss, so I already forgot about this, and I'd really like to not rehash it, but I do see that I lost, so we can just leave it at that, I think, right?
We can just leave it at that. 140 to 102. You can see the players on screen, but we're not going to spend too much time on these matchups. We're going to try a little quicker format for both of our sakes because the Eagles are playing in 45 minutes. So,
yeah, we're very busy people.
We are.
Meaning football watchers.
Oh yeah. We're watching football, working while watching football. You know, all of
we don't have to put that out there. That's not true. We would never do such a thing.
Never. I was joking. Clearly.
Oh, of course. But
you're not the only one who took a fat L, because I also lost by 30 points. So you lost by 38 and I lost by 29, but same thing.
So yeah, this week will be interesting because we lose in similar fashions, you know. It's going to be which one of us is going to do it to each other at this point.
Yeah, essentially. And then my mom also lost by 37 points to JennWeng. So again, there was a lot of blowouts this week, and it's funny because all of those blowouts were not even the biggest blowout, which was MMC Grath versus KMoneyTheRichOG, who won by 71 points. I mean, that's
crazy.
That's embarrassing. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know. Was that the? No, there was just a lot of players. He did have a player with 40 points. But yeah, pretty big loss that week. And there was another blowout too. And that was Naples versus RickNolle. And RickNolle won by almost 50 points. I guess it was closer to 40. No, it's 40. Yeah, 43. Is that right?
Ask me.
It's 53.
I cannot do math.
It is 53. So wow, another 50 plus point blowout. Yeah, apparently neither of us are good at math. That's why we're editors.
Yes, exactly.
But there was one close matchup, and that was DanBledore versus TAC1421. And I mean, TAC1421 did start Amari Cooper, and he wasn't playing that week. So
brutal mistake.
Very brutal mistake. And he had some options. Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah.
The only issue that I thought was kind of funny was he was trying to trade me Amari Cooper that morning, and then I was like, oh, okay, I'm not even gonna bother telling him that Amari Cooper's out because clearly he knows Amari Cooper's out because he's trying to trade him to me as we speak, but he must have just forgot to swap him out, which stinks.
Bummer. He would have won. So sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Get him next time, Tiger.
And I mean, we can just snowball that right into next week because he lost again by less than 3 points.
Oh, jeez. Did he play Amari Cooper again?
No, he played Jordan Mason over Samaje Perine, which that one stings. I mean, he didn't have any great choices, but I mean, it doesn't help that the Niners lied about they were only going to play McCaffrey like 60% of the snaps and Mason would still be 30%. So they kind of lied on that one, and that kind of cost him, which stings.
Yeah, that's brutal. You should sue them for that.
Oh, yeah. And even despite that, it was like still a really close game. And this week we had 4 matchups come down to Monday night, and all 4 matchups were really close, like 50-50 on Monday night at some point.
Yep. I was there.
Oh, you were there. Yeah.
We were all there.
Someone else was there. I don't know. But yeah, Tack was one of them. And it came down to Demarcus Robinson only getting 3.3 points, which definitely stings.
Jeez, yeah. Totally sucks.
Can't really blame him for that.
No.
That one hurts. I know he needed a win, but now he's closer to me, so I'm not too upset about that, got to be honest, because I need some of these 5-5 teams to lose, so I got a chance, you know?
Right, for sure.
Yeah. And speaking of a chance, you did lose, so that was good for me, but also kind of bad for me because MMC Grath moved to 7-3, and I kind of put him a little further away out of reach almost of us, and he doesn't have that many points if I'm not mistaken. I think he has, oh no, he does have a decent amount of points now, so I don't even know if I would have caught him with the tiebreaker, but now that he's 7-3, it's going to be hard for me to catch up to him, hard for you to catch up to him, so that one stings. I think I might have preferred you to win that game. I don't know.
Thank you. Well, what happened was it was all up to Waddle, and we all know how much I hate Waddle in this house. I had no faith. I was so pissed. I was so mad. And my running backs did nothing for me. I had to play Algier because Jacobs was on a bye, so that hurt, obviously. And then Swift just didn't do his thing. The Bears just sucked, obviously. They scored 3 points the entire game, so the Bears still suck. You know, that's what we say in Wisconsin, always. It's so funny watching them do everything they can every year, and they just absolutely suck every single year. I love it.
Yeah, it is kind of funny, and they just fired their OC, so that might actually be good for Swift, because Waldron was absolutely terrible in Seattle last year, and looks terrible again, so.
Yeah, but it is the Bears at the end of the day, so nobody get your hopes up if you're in Illinois.
That's true. They'll probably hire Adam Gase or something.
What about whatever happened to Robert Saleh? Mr. Defense. Bring him in on offense. I feel like that'd be a great idea for y'all.
That does sound like something the Bears would do, is hire a defensive coordinator for offense.
Might as well hire my mom at that point.
Yeah, but that one stings. But I know this one stung more. It was me versus my mom, and I mean, this one was intense. It was 50-50, like going into Monday night, and it was Puka Nacua versus Cooper Kupp, and they were back and forth the whole time. And there was like a huge period where Puka would like pull a couple points ahead, and then Cooper Kupp would like bring it within less than a point. So the whole game I was worried, and even on the last drive, obviously, if Cooper Kupp just gets one catch, I lose the game. So I was sweating like a lot, and my mom did say that she had fun, like just sweating it out and watching the game, and like, because I think it's the first time in a while where we've had like a head-to-head player like that, where it was like one player versus one player.
Yeah,
so it was pretty fun. I don't know.
I remember texting you and telling you that I was rooting for your mom, respectfully.
Yeah, you did. So hopefully you can root for yourself this week, because it does seem like you have a curse of whoever you're rooting for, you know?
That's true. So I'll root for you.
The next matchup was a blowout. It was 92 points victory for RageAgainstWeirdos versus Naples, and this one was not even close. I mean, it doesn't help that Naples did start Trevor Lawrence, but it wouldn't have mattered because RageAgainstWeirdos had Jamar Chase. So I can't really blame Naples for giving up at this point, because it's probably unlikely they make the playoffs. I think it's impossible, but I do think they could just get a higher seeding in the in the consolation bracket. Sorry, not the toilet bowl.
Yeah, the disrespect is crazy.
Yeah, but he could get a higher seeding. He has McCaffrey back, and McCaffrey looks back. So I think he's going to have some good weeks, which is scary if you're playing him. So just keep that in mind.
I think he should trade me somebody.
Well, you got a couple days left. The trade deadline
I put in a trade. Sorry. Not to interrupt, but I sent like 5 trades out, okay? And no cigar. I got nothing. I was trying to give him Waddle, Pitts, and Algier for Derrick Henry, because I feel like the points kind of add up there, you know?
Not sure how that's how it works, but sure.
If you do the math that I'm so good at, it makes sense to me. Girl math, you know.
Got it. I see. I did hear that you sent an offer to Tack, because he put it in the group chat and said this is the worst trade offer he's ever received.
He just hates me. That's all it is, too. He just hates me. I get it.
Yeah, it is a rivalry, so
right.
I mean, can't expect that trade to work. I'll just say that.
No, he did take Jonathan Taylor round 1 when he had better options, so.
That's true. And he also took Travis Kelce, who was going at the end of the 3rd, beginning of the 4th. So,
right.
He did draft them a little bit early, but his team is kind of on fire recently.
We don't need to talk about that. Let's move on.
Even though he did lose by 3 points.
Oh, okay. We can talk about it then. Yeah, so.
we can talk about it again.
Yeah, I see he lost. That's good. Go Jen. Team Jen.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think he'll mind us talking about his team twice losing by 3 points, and how he should have started Samaje Perine.
Right.
I don't think he'll mind that at all.
No.
Definitely not. But the actual closest matchup of the week was DanBledore versus KMoneyTheRichOG. And this one was a sweat. Dan had Tyreek Hill, who did nothing all game. He got a touchdown catch.
Didn't he hurt his little fingy or something? He was playing with a hurt hand.
Yeah. Yep. And then he caught, like, on the Dolphins' second to last drive. Well, kind of the last where they got any fantasy points. Their last drive where they actually threw the ball. Tyreek Hill got like a 4-yard catch, which won him the game. So that one was incredibly close.
Yeah. And
now they're both 5-5, and K-Money's lost 4 in a row. He was 5-5, and now he's 5-5, or he was 5-1, and now he's 5-5.
Dang, that sucks.
Yeah, that stings. Dan has won 3 in a row. He's on fire. That said, though, I mean, he has squeaked out some wins, so I don't know if it's a super powerful 3-game winning streak, you know?
Right. I feel like K-Money, with Stroud being his QB and Stroud kind of tanking, it's like whatever Stroud does, he does, basically. They lose, he loses, they win. I don't know if when the Texans win, if he's winning, but I don't know. I feel like that's a little interesting that I feel like he's connected to Stroud in that way.
Yeah. And if Nico does come back, I think that would be a huge chance for him.
to
start winning again. Also, Olave going on IR definitely hurts. Hopefully, he does come back for the playoffs or something, because that one stings as well. But yeah, not too much to say. Just a very tough, very close matchup. And there was a lot of them this week, but
yeah, it sucks to be on K-Money's side of that one for sure.
Oh, definitely. But does that sting more than Pawn's loss, where he lost by 47 points to RickNolle? I don't know.
Yes.
You tell me. It does? This one stings more?
I would say so. Because it's so close, but then you're like, I lost by less than a point. This is brutal. At least Pawn knew he was going to lose, 10 minutes into the games.
Yeah, that's true. And he did have, a lot of players on Monday. Well, just two, I guess. He had Tua and Achan. So there was a chance. But they didn't, he would have needed both of them to get, 30 points. So.
Yeah, his whole team did bad. I don't see a single guy that did good. And that Breece Hall trade ain't trading off or isn't paying off yet, is it, Pawn, huh? Remember that? Oh, I love Breece Hall so much. Okay, fine, you can have him. Good luck.
I love that you're talking trash, because this is going to go so well into Josh Jacobs being questionable when we talk about the matchups after this surprise segment. BrookeZylaPhone's guaranteed prop bets.
Woo! How did I do last time? I don't even remember. I don't think I was keeping up with it.
Last time it was the rivalry showdown, and it was you versus Pawn. And Pawn went 3-0, and you went 1-2. So
disgusting. Okay.
Yeah, not great.
You can cut this part out of the podcast. I don't need that out there.
Okay, I'll cut this part out for sure.
Thank you so much.
But this week I have 3 prop bets for you, and I'm just gonna have you pick the over/under of 3 of your players, essentially. So
I like that. Let's go.
The first one is Drake May, over or under 209.5 passing yards.
209 against the Rams. I'm looking at stats. All right, hold on. So, I think I'm going to go under on that one.
Okay. Under.
I think it'll be close, but under.
Under. All right. The next one is DeAndre Swift, over/under 69.5 rushing yards.
Against my Green Bay, 69.5. I'm going to go over.
Over. All right.
Hoping not, but at the same time, I want the points.
But also you want the points? Got
also,
it.
Yes. Running back battle would be nice, as long as Jacobs is fine.
Yeah, because you have both. So.
Right.
All right, and then the last one is Jacoby Myers, over or under 59.5 receiving yards.
I'm gonna go over on that one.
Over. All right. Those are your 3 picks. Lock them in. Put all your life savings on these, because I know Brooke is going 3-0 this week.
Yeah, all your life savings. Send it to my Venmo, and I'll hold on to it for you. Thank you.
Got it. Makes sense.
Did I go over on all 3? No, I went under on May.
No, you went under on May. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, I guess we can get back into the matchups, and we might as well start with our matchup, because we already know who's winning this one.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, it's just so clear. We're lock it in on Thursday when Jaden Daniels gets 2 points and the Eagles just destroy the Commanders. I'm going to lose clearly. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Congrats on the win.
Thanks.
You can do your victory laps now.
I'm already dancing.
You're already dancing? All right.
Yeah.
Got it. Good. Glad.
I don't know. I think tonight's game is going to be really good. I think it's going to be close. I think the Eagles are overrated still.
Oh.
I think Barkley's going to run all over them, though. So there's that. Wait, they're playing at Philly? Yeah, okay. So
yeah.
I think Eagles will take that game. But I think it's going to be close.
All right. That's fair. I can't critique you too much on it, even though I want to.
Yeah, we're moving away from the fantasy football league, and we're just gonna make picks for the NFL week, based on the spread. So that's the new segment.
The new segment.
We're just gonna talk straight up football. So.
Yep. A Bears money line.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but under.
Bears money line means I'm predicting the Bears to win.
Yeah, game. Under. They suck. They're gonna lose.
See,
you heard it here first.
What that would mean is you're choosing the Packers money line, because the money line is just who you think is gonna win the game. So
yeah, I'm putting $1 on the Packers. Let's go.
To win back like 20 cents.
Yeah, worth it.
Definitely worth it. But yeah, our matchup is gonna be close for sure, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm hoping, but I'm kind of hoping that Jane Daniels has a bad game and the Eagles just destroy him.
Right.
And I hope the rest of my team makes up for it. So that's kind of it.
That's valid. I get it. I think it's we have such an even matchup, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. My guys tend to not get as many, what is this called? Projected points. But I believe in my team. I believe in my boys, and I believe they're gonna bring me the W this week. Thanks, guys.
And break the losing streak.
Yeah, and I'd like to point everybody's attention to my tight end position. I, from here on out, am playing Ingram over Pitts. So you'll probably hear me complain about that in a couple weeks. But
definitely.
I don't know.
Mac Jones
I'm just feeling it.
Throws to Evan Ingram a lot, so I understand it.
Yeah, they got a little bromance going on, like, oh, hold my ball. Okay.
Yep.
I
will say I might have to cut Dalton Kincaid. If he doesn't play. There's a chance.
You want Pitts by chance? You want to do a little tradey trade?
I'm not going to trade you. Actually, I don't know. That might not be a bad. I don't know why you would trade me, though, Pitts.
Well, obviously for somebody else, but I've looked at your team a couple of times, and I don't know who I'd want. No offense, but
during our matchup, that would be a bold move. I think I would have too many Falcons though then, so
right,
can't really do that.
Right, that's true, and I think that's why I didn't offer you a trade this week.
That's fair.
I was looking at that. I was like, that just doesn't make sense for him, because I actually do look at my trades, and if it makes sense, tack. So. Enough throwing the shade, boy.
We can move on from our matchup, I guess. We're both 4-6 though, so we both need a win. But someone who desperately needs a win more than us is my mom. I don't know if she can make the playoffs, but if she wins out, there might be a chance. So she would have to win every single game. She says she doesn't have hope that she's going to win every game, but she is playing MMC Grath, who, even though they're in second place, I don't think they're one of the higher scoring teams. I think they are in third now in points for. So I guess they are one of the higher scoring teams. So I guess it will be a tough matchup for my mom. So
yeah, they have 3 questionable players though. Obviously Lamar's gonna go, but I don't know about everybody else. Like, what's going on with them?
Yeah, I mean, he's starting Tajay Spears, too. His bench is not great either. So, he doesn't have a great bench.
Right. Oh, so interesting. So, it looks like Laporta's not going. So, if you want to trade me, I'll give you Pitts. And, give me one of your boys, and we can give you a tight end for this week. Better move quick.
Romeo Dobbs for Pitts. I don't think that's a bad offer.
No thanks.
No thanks.
I don't want Dobbs. No offense.
My mom, I think she actually does have some solid starters. Like, I don't think she has any. The issue is, like, some of her players, like, they're not elite, but they're solid, So I'm actually surprised she's not projected to win. I guess it kind of comes down to Stafford, but I don't know.
Yeah, I like her team a lot. Like, if I was just looking at this, I would actually probably assume that she would have a higher projected.
Yep.
But Williams is just such a beast for the Rams, running back wise. Like, I think that's where the big differential is between their 4 running backs.
That's true.
But yeah, I don't know. I can see this going either way, to be honest. Especially with Laporta, if he's out, which it looks like he is. He didn't even practice today. That's bad news for him. Laporta's probably not playing, I would think. And that could make a difference for sure.
Definitely. I think that game's actually going to be pretty close with the matchups. But we'll see. The next matchup, though, is Naples versus KMoneyTheRich. And this one is interesting. I was not expecting K-Money to be projected so low.
Yeah, well, he's got...
I think he just hasn't changed his lineup yet or something.
Yeah. Just one, though. One player.
Yeah, and even then, Naples is projected to win. I guess that's really McCaffrey. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, also, maybe Nick Chubb. He could play Nick Chubb, too. Looks like he's back. So...
Right, he played him last week, I want to say, and it did not go well, though. I think he got like 4 points for him.
Oh, it was a bye, and so 2 weeks ago he played. It didn't go.
Yeah.
Well. So I could see him playing more now that they had the bye.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. I'd probably play him over McLaughlin. How do you say that? McLaughlin?
Yeah, you said it right.
I'm so smart. I can't do math, but I can read. What's up?
I mean, honestly, he's got a good team. I just think he got pretty unlucky early on with the injuries. And I think he kind of hasn't been paying as much attention to like waiver wires and stuff because I think he could have improved his team a lot more on like the bench.
Yeah, I've been trying to trade him a couple times. I don't hear anything. Yeah. So if you want Pitts, let me know. I don't like your tight ends.
I will say that if Naples does beat K-Money, that would be huge for both of us because K-Money is 5-5, and if I have more points than K-Money right now and TAC, so if I win and either of them lose, I'll pass them, or if they lose 2 in a row and I lose to you and then I win next week, I'll pass them. So
yeah, interesting.
A little convoluted, but yeah, I think that one will be a crucial game for everyone else in the standings near us. So.
Yeah, interesting. This week is a big one, for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And speaking of big matchups, JennWeng is playing RickNolle. And, yeah, this one's going to be a high-scoring one because JennWeng has been on fire, obviously. How many wins in a row has Jen had?
No idea. A lot.
5. 5 in a row. And yeah, I mean, Rick's 7-3, but I think this is gonna be a close one. So
she's got Brown and Hurts going tonight, and then versus Barkley over there. So it'll be interesting little conflicts of interest over here. Kind of.
Like how much they run versus how much they pass. So
yeah, but I guess it doesn't make that big of a difference. You're either rooting for the pass or you're rooting for the run. You know.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm excited to see how that one goes. It doesn't really affect the standings on our end, but that's a huge standing thing for them because if JennWeng wins, she might be close to clinching the 1 seed and will likely have either the 1 or 2 seed, which is all you really want. You just want that bye for the safety.
For sure.
So that's huge. That's a huge game for their sake. Not for really the rest of the league, but for their sake, it's huge. But a game that is huge is for the sake of the league, RageAgainstWeirdos versus Dan. And everyone below these two in the standings is hoping that RageAgainstWeirdos wins because RageAgainstWeirdos has so many points as a tiebreaker that it would be really hard to pass him in the standings. So we're kind of all hoping that he beats Dan because Dan, 1, he's on a win streak, but 2, if Dan loses, there's a better chance of us passing Dan than passing RageAgainstWeirdos. So
right, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I mean, he's gonna play someone. I don't know who he's gonna play yet. Maybe Brock Bowers. That would be good, and that would immediately put him above projection.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna be having a higher projection regardless.
Yeah, definitely. And the one issue is just matchups are not great for RageAgainstWeirdos. So that's kind of where I could see it going DanBledore's way, but Also, DanBledore has 3 questionable players, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it I see 2. Maybe I'm missing
2
one.
questionable?
Smith and Kittle. Who's the third?
Kittle, Jennings, and Tyreek Hill.
Oh.
You see Smith?
Yeah, mine's not showing Hill for some reason. Yeah.
I don't even see Smith.
Yeah, mine wasn't showing Josh Jacobs questionable. But then when I click on it, I can see that, the practice updates and everything. But
yeah. And before we move on to the last matchup, I do have to say, Dan, you have to cut Zach Moss or put him on your IR. He's not playing for the rest of the year. He's out for the year. You don't need to have him on your team. So yeah, or just put him on IR for moral support.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we can move on to the last matchup, and Pawn is taking on Tack. So I don't know. I think if Pawn does beat Tack, that would probably be good for us. But I don't know. This one's a crucial game. I don't know if it's crucial for everyone else, but it's crucial for them. Because if Pawn loses, it's going to be a lot harder to make the playoffs.
Yeah, for us, it's it's bad either way, essentially.
Yeah, one of them's guaranteed a win. So
right. So I don't really care.
I think I would prefer if Pawn wins, just because I'd rather have more teams around the same point. Because then, I don't know, it's kind of like the more teams I have the chance at passing. If Tack gets 6 wins, it's going to be harder to pass him.
Right.
But I don't know. This one's definitely a hard one to think, because Pawn also has more points than you and me, so he has the tiebreaker over us anyway. So yeah, I'm not really sure what I'd even want here.
Yeah, I think I got to root for my boy.
Might as well. I think that makes sense for you, especially. Which in that case, I'm switching it up. I'm rooting for Tack. Let's go, Tack.
Oh, let's fist fight.
Fist fight right here, right now. Tack, 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 Tack.
Oh, imagine.
This one's going to be interesting, though. I think, depending on if Higgins plays or Cooper plays, he could put them into his lineup. I don't know if he wants to even risk it, based on how he's kind of gotten lucky with people not playing recently. But yeah, that's all the matchups. We flew through the episode this week.
We flew. I was just going to say one last thing about them. Tack needs a running back really bad.
He does.
He doesn't have a running back.
He did pick up Audric Estime, though, which I think is a good pickup. I was contemplating it over Jaylen Warren, but I wanted to stick with Jaylen Warren another week, see how he does.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, just something to keep in mind that trade deadline's in a couple days. So you got to get those trades in. And he's been trying. Tack's been sending out trades to everyone. And I don't think anyone's biting, so.
He hasn't sent me a real one, so. Or maybe he did. I don't remember.
Do you even have a lot of RBs to give up? That's the question.
Algier. But look, yeah, Algier is the best. Okay, that's rude because Algier is the best, B level. You got all the good guys. But if you're talking second string, Algier is up there because they play him so much.
I think the issue is that you both need running backs. So,
yeah. Okay.
And I was contemplating trading for Jonathan Taylor from him, but the issue is that Jonathan Taylor's bye is week 14, and we play each other week 14. So I want him to keep Jonathan Taylor on his team now. So
interesting. Good point.
So yeah, I hope he keeps him on his team. I hope he also keeps Mark Andrews on his team because I know he has a bye week 14.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, you'll take that if he's got those guys out.
Yeah, if anyone is considering trading Tack a player, try to trade him players that are having bye weeks on week 14. That would be very helpful. Thank you for everyone for doing that.
Of course.
It would be hilarious if that happened and then suddenly he has 5 players on bye weeks. But I don't think this. I think he's probably going to listen to this and not do that. So, and he probably wouldn't have done that anyway.
Just don't send him the link, whatever you do.
Don't send him the link? All right.
No.
I'll make a group chat with the other 3 people in the group chat and send it just to them.
Perfect. Yes, do
There
that.
we go. Well, thank you for joining me, Brooke. I know it's a quick episode for everyone listening, but I hope you enjoyed our dialogue about the league, our recap, and the new format, new structure.
Yes, I support. Thank you so much for having me on the pod. I love it. I love being here. Yep, football.
I'm glad to have you.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, it was a fun time. And yeah, hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Go Washington.